So I've been into Lord of the Rings ever since I saw it, Return of the King in theaters. It's something that I hold, very near and dear to my heart. Lord of the Rings is so important to me. So I wanted to do a video showing off my Lord of the Rings collections. I'll show you how I have it currently sitting on my shelf in my room, how I have it displayed, and then I'll show you each individual item. Start here. So this is the pirate ship from Return of the King. I think this ship is so cool. This is a Lego set I've wanted forever. And this is honestly one of my favorite ones. Here we have my custom-made Rohirrim helmet. I made this helmet. I actually have a video on this, going over everything. This is a Noldor elf helmet that's still being made. It's a big pain in the ass though, so it might be a while. And then we have another Lord of the Rings set. This is the original bag end. We have some statues, and then we have the books and the movies and video games. And then that's how it looks with everything. I absolutely love that Rohan flag. Really happy to have that. So starting off with my collection, these are the very first books that I ever read from Lord of the Rings. I actually read it for the very first time last year. So if you go on Amazon, these are the mass media market copies, I think, something like that. They're like $5 each, at least they were when I got them. And for what it's worth, they do their job, but they are very cheap. This is just from meeting at one time. And then we have these versions. So from what I can tell, at least I think that these versions have been out for a really long time. These were my favorite versions of the books that I had seen on them that had all of them. So I have every single one. I have the Sword and Fellowship because I'm actually rereading that right now. But here's the main three. And then Hobbit, Silmarillion, and Unfinished Tales. So I really like that they're all uniform and that they all look really good on a shelf together. I like the differing colors too. And keeping on with the books, we have this version of the Silmarillion. So this is the one that has like the author illustrations on it. I have not opened it yet actually because I want to get through the other version of the Silmarillion. I've read through a little bit of it. It's kind of really difficult to understand sometimes, but I will go through this one eventually. I'm really actually happy with this one because I saw this one on Amazon for like $85, I think, and I kept wanting to buy it. I kept seeing it go on sale for like 40 or something, but I waited a while and I had some like credit at Walmart, I think, and so I got this one for actually like $17, I think, so I'm really happy with it. And then I have the same version for The Hobbit. This one I got during the Black Friday sale last year. It has the runes on the side for the dwarven runes for the cave on it, which is really cool. Even comes with a couple maps as well. I may actually hang this up, honestly. But next we'll get into all of the movies that I own. So I have the extended edition. This is the Blu-ray version. I've had this maybe 13 years, something like that, maybe 12, I don't know. It's been over 10 years, I know, but this is the version I've had the longest of the movies. I think this one is great. I am planning on getting the 4K one, because I know for the Fellowship of the Ring, for the extended edition ones, it has like a weird green tint, so it doesn't look as it's supposed to. I also have the extended edition DVD of Fellowship because of that reason, but I also kind of wanted this one just because it looks cool on the shelf. It looks like the different books. So this is DVD. I'm not sure if I'll watch this ever. And I also have The Hobbit, the first one, on Blu-ray. I swear that I have Desolation of Smaug somewhere on Blu-ray too. I couldn't find it though when I was going through this. I know Battle of the Five Armies I actually do not have. So I love The Hobbit. I think there are things to enjoy in it, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of that movie. Then we'll get into video games. So I have Shadow of Mordor, and then I have the other one, War of Mordor, I think. I don't think it's called that. And then I have to show off what are, in my opinion, the best Lord of the Rings games maybe ever. Return of the King on original Xbox. Nothing will beat the feeling of playing this with my younger brother, beating it. This game is so much fun, and I wish more games that came out were made like this. And then Lord of the Rings Conquest. This is kind of like Star Wars Battlefront, but it's a Lord of the Rings game. I don't think it's as good as Star Wars Battlefront 2, like the original one, but it's still a pretty good game. The amount of things that you get to play through Helm's Deep, you get to play through the Battle of Pelennor Fields, you get to play through so many different things. And if you haven't played it, I would highly recommend it. We'll get into some of the smaller things. So I actually wanted to show off, I have actually met a few of the cast members. So this is Jed Brophy, who I met at San Diego Comic-Con. He plays one of the Nazgul, but he also plays like 10 other characters. And these are like the famous like side characters. I'll actually put just the pictures of who he plays just because that's a lot easier than naming them. So I'll just show off the characters that he's played. I have met Sean Astin, the guy who plays Sam. I met him back in 2019. He was wonderful to meet in person. Really glad to have this quote, "Even darkness must pass." I feel like that's a very endearing quote that definitely means a lot for today. I also got to meet Mary, Dominic Monaghan. I got to meet him at a Star Wars premiere, funnily enough. I'll show a picture of that here as well, although I don't have like a physical copy of that. So next we'll get into the different toys and different small things that I have. So I got this when War for the Rohirrim came out. Special thanks to my friend Matthew who bought this for me. And then I also got this as well. So this is the hammer. This is a popcorn bucket. Let's see. Really cool, and it also collapses too, so you can put all these pieces in here too, which is really cool. Next up is the Switch King Funko. I'm actually not really into Funkos at all. I think there are a few that look like really cool, but for the most part, they're really not my thing. But I think this one looks really good. Next up is this Weta statue of Sauron. So this thing I think is really amazing. But here he's holding the ring, so he does get it back. Bad news for us. But yeah, this Sauron statue is absolutely amazing. I think this normally retails for like $170 or $180, but I got it for like $120. Next is this Frodo figure I got off of Amazon for like $20. This is my favorite line of Lord of the Rings stuff right now, honestly. And this is the helmet line. It's a good material, they're heavy, there's a good weight to them. This one I got on eBay, so if you're looking on eBay for these, that's the best place to look in my opinion. And this is the Numenorian one. Really good stuff. And then the second and the last of the helmet series that I have is this orc one. This is one from the Mines of Moria. You see a lot of them with this one, but like seeing it through video just does not do these things justice. Like this, these are so nice and they look so good. And like I said, they have a good weight to them. They're made out of good material. And then as far as shirts go, I do have this Legolas one. I got this one on Amazon like a year ago for Black Friday. And Legolas is my favorite Lord of the Rings character. It's one of my all-time favorite characters, so I felt like I had to represent. And then I also have the Sauron one from Amazon as well. This one's really nice too, although the print on it is kind of off-center. It kind of looks like it now, but when I'm wearing it, it's not totally center, but I think it's totally worth it still. But there are other things that I do wear that's, you know, more subtle too. So I did get this Arwen necklace. I got this at Renaissance Fair a few years ago. I also have the Shards of Narsil sword. So this one is on Amazon as well. This one I got for like $8. And then of course, I can't have Lord of the Rings collection without being Lord of the Ring. So I have the One Ring. But this one is really nice too. I wear this every now and then and it still looks really good. And then next, these two things are among my favorites in all of my collection, but also my Lord of the Rings collection. And these are my Lego sets. So this is the original back end that they did. They've only done two. But this is the first one, and in my opinion, this is the best one. This is also one of the longest Lego sets I've ever had. I've had this since, this came out around the Hobbit movies, so maybe since like 2012 or something. But this set is absolutely worth it. The colors on this thing, just the design of it, it's so nice, and it's aged so well. Really quick, here's a better look at the Hobbit house. So we've got some carrots, some produce there. I decided to put Elrond there, because why not? He's sitting with Gandalf. Bilbo's getting into some of the carrots. It's early October my time, so that's why I'm filming this now. We even have Tauriel there, which is really cool. I like to put a lot of different animals up there too. So I have a couple birds, I have an owl, even have a cat. There's also, let's see if we open this, also have a Lego jack-o'-lantern right there. And then this door opens. That door opens. Turn this around. And there's different, you know, there's a whole table there. There's a bunch of different maps. That's where he's writing his book. So yeah, this is an amazing set. I really can't explain it how great this set is. This is just one of those sets that I feel like it is lightning in a bottle. And then this one I just got, or I just built, actually. I've had this for a while. This is a set I've wanted for so long. So this is in the scene when Elrond is talking to Aragorn about how they're going to be outnumbered and how they need to go and get the Ghost Army. This is that ship. And this one is one that you really need to see in person as well as the Hobbit one to see it. But this thing looks so good. It looks so good on display. It even looks really good holding it right now. This thing I absolutely adore. This is one of the best Lego sets I've ever had. Next up, we'll get into my helmets. So this is from the Fellowship of the Ring, the prologue. This one is still being worked on. I started this helmet earlier this year, but I've had some problems with it. I had to redo a big part of it. So I am still planning on doing this one. I'm planning on doing a full Noldor elf costume. So this one will be done eventually. It's just a lot of work has to go into it. And then I may be tooting my own horn on this, but this could be my favorite item in my Lord of the Rings collection. And this is my own personal Rohirrim helmet. So I did a video going over the making of this helmet, and if you watched that, I put a lot of hours into this helmet. I put probably 30 or so hours into this helmet. It's 3D printed, but that's the time from sanding on it to painting on it to finishing it, different things like that, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. This is actual, this is 3D printed filament. This is filament. This is not metal, and a lot of times people think it's metal, and that's the best compliment you could ever give someone that's worked on something 3D printed wise. So I'm really happy with this helmet. I think this is a good representation of me, and it felt really cool to essentially make myself, my own Lord of the Rings character. Now it's time to get into what is possibly my favorite of all of this, and that is the swords. First, I will actually start off with my Rohirrim shield. It's made out of wood, and it's pretty heavy. It's 8 pounds. I've gotten used to it wearing it over time, but even, at the end of the day at a convention or Renaissance fair, even I'm starting to feel the weight. Next up is Elrond's sword, or Arwen's sword, the Hadafeng. So this one I got at Renaissance fair many years ago, maybe 2019. This one is a fake. So United Cutlery, they're the ones who make the official Lord of the Rings swords. This one is a fake, but I think it looks just like the real thing, and it looks really good too. The weight on it is really good too, and it even came with the sheath as well. After that, we're gonna bring it back to Rohan, and I have Eowyn's sword. So this one is from United Cutlery. This sword actually weighs 8 pounds, so it's heavy. I've made myself used to it over time. I have added those black spots kind of just like a photo shoot, just for orc blood. But it's a really nice sword. It's 3 feet long. If you're ever looking into any of the Lord of the Rings swords, like the official ones, United Cutlery, I'd highly recommend it. And it comes with this really cool plaque too, for hanging it on the wall. So I'm actually gonna put it on my wall. It'll be right next to the horse poster. And then this is the last item in my collection, but this is my favorite of everything Lord of the Rings that I have. So this could be the coolest prop in Lord of the Rings. And honestly, besides my Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker V2 lightsaber, this is my favorite prop that I own. And this is the High Elven sword. Oh yeah, that's the thumbnail right there. So this is the sword that the Noldor elves use from the prologue, the same as that helmet. This one is also from United Cutlery. But this is without a doubt my favorite Lord of the Rings thing that I own. I think this could be the coolest sword in anything maybe ever, if we're not counting lightsabers. But I got this for my Noldor elf, but also just because I wanted this sword ever since I was 5 years old. And so when I finish my Noldor elf, I'm gonna do the full costume. I'm gonna do a photo shoot with this as well. And then since I've talked myself up on it, I feel like I owe you this. I also have one last thing hanging on my walls. That's Lord of the Rings. This is a map, the map of Middle-earth. So you can see different things on this. Right there is Gondor, Rohan, Fangorn. There's Mirkwood. So you can see everything on here. And I've actually spent a lot of my time just looking at this map just to kind of see where everything was, and it's really cool. But yeah, that is everything Lord of the Rings that I own. Lord of the Rings is something that's extremely important to me. And I do have more Lord of the Rings videos on the way. Like I said, I'm working on a Noldor elf costume. I am rereading Fellowship of the Ring right now. I might do some more videos talking about the books as well. But as for everything that I have, Lord of the Rings wise, this is it. I may do another video going over my Star Wars collection. But thank you, if you've been to the end of this, for listening to me yap about this stuff for a few minutes. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.